Hey, how is everyone doing today? So today I just wanted to go over about the 2-year ownership of having my daily driver, and I think because it was the first video that I made and the most searched was the 5 things I hate about my Nissan Versa. So that video being the most watched made me kind of want to do the whole 2-year ownership of this car. In November 27th of 2015, I bought this car, and we're already at December 10th, 2017. So I mean, I've owned this car and I'm actually pretty grateful that I bought it. It's not in the best circumstances. I've mentioned in my videos a couple of times is when you're gonna go buy a car, it doesn't matter if it's from a dealership or off the street. Just make sure that if you purchase one, it's within your right mind. So don't buy a car when you're rushed and if you don't know what you want, or especially if you go in for a car that you want and it's a completely different car. Alright, it doesn't matter whether you have bad or good credit. Yeah, so when you buy a car, you know, I always said I dislike the car. I never liked it. It's not the looks, and it's, for me, it's true. I never liked the looks of it. I've never appreciated it as much as I should be, because, you know, I don't know, if I would have gotten a different car, would I still have that car? You know, I tried getting rid of it 6 months after I had it, and that was just because, like I said, I just, you know, was thinking maybe my credit was better, I can afford, and my payments were ridiculously high, and that's one of the main reasons why I tried getting rid of it. In the 2 years of ownership, this car, it's actually been through 2 wheel bearings, as you guys know already. That's damage-wise, that's all it's had, is the wheel bearing. I feel like I've complained more about it, but you know, that's just it. I mean, it makes noise. You hear the whole wind hitting the windshield and whatnot. It's a lot noisier too. I could be wrong that it's maybe just my car that does it, and everybody else's Versa isn't as much as that. Yeah, so taking off those HIDs was kind of a bad idea, because the car doesn't have great visibility without any clear lights. So the car currently has the stock headlights, the ones that came from the factory. I'm not sure what they are, but yeah, I could go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's and buy, you know, the kind of those brighter white ones that are, you know, that just hook up on, right? But yeah, overall, owning this car has been a love-hate relationship. It may be for you guys, it may not be. Mine's a 5-speed. A lot of people have the CVT, and maybe people are happy with it, with their gas mileage, with whatever noises they make, or they don't make any noises. Maybe because mine's the super bass model, it makes a lot of other weird noises at times. You know, having kind of a bumpy ride. I mean, it feels like I'm driving the BMW sometimes, in the sense of how bumpy it is, and not the fact that, you know, that guy handles a lot better than this guy here. This car's paint isn't the best. I mean, I have all this here, all that right there. I mean, even when I first bought the car, it had this guy here, which is, you know, not all that perfect. And if we move to the side of the car, that mismatching color right there, and it took me a while to notice it. Of course, another defect in the paint. This is kind of normal. Actually, the biggest thing, so remember when I kept telling you guys that the thing of the it always pops out when you put gas? I don't know why, but this started coming off of it. I'm not sure because of the gas that ate up the paint or what, but that's something I really dislike. There's some still complaints about it, like even my gas mileage isn't that great. I just did an oil change this weekend to it, and usually when the oil's like, you know, the first 1,000 miles, you'll see like, oh wow, this car is getting me such good gas mileage, and, you know, it's going up and whatnot. And then afterwards, like after that 1,000 mile mark, it just goes downhill from there. And I'm not sure it's just because of the way I drive, but I would say the exact same thing with the Beamer when I take it out. In that car, I don't baby it at all. Like I said, it's a project car. It's something I'm probably beat on for a while, and gas lasts me a lot longer on that thing. I can take it to the Bay Area and back probably like 3 times, and it'll be probably still with like a quarter left. While this guy, I can take it and come back, you know, the way back again, it'll need gas. And that's what I do. I have to fill them up every single day. I'm making this video because I wanted to give you guys an update on, you know, how it's like to own, you know, a Nissan Versa, I guess. A lot of people might find it silly that you're like, well, you know, why would I want to own a car like that? But then again, you got to think about it. There's a lot of people who look for certain cars, and sometimes you may have the exact same car that someone else is looking for, and they would like to get someone's opinion. My advice on the Versa, if you're on a really tight budget, by all means go ahead, but make sure you get the CVT one. Don't get the 4-speed automatic. I believe it's a 4-speed. If it's not, it's a 5-speed automatic. Don't get that one. Don't get the base model. Don't get the S or the S Plus. Go for the SL or an SV models, because those have the CVT transmission, which those actually get you, like, I think it's rated at 40 miles per gallon, while this guy, the best it can do on me is about 29 miles per gallon. And I don't even think that's the actual number either. It just feels like it's a lot less. I just want to give my feedback on the car, and not everyone's going to share the same opinion. I've had someone else, you know, some people say, oh, I love my Versa and it's really good to me, and that's good for you guys. But if you want a cheap kind of car just to get you to A and B, by all means go get a Versa. If you're gonna finance it and you have the means to get something a little bit, you know, on a little bit higher budget, look into different cars. I mean, you can buy this car right now as it is for like probably $7,000 or $8,000. From what I paid, I wish I paid $7 grand for it, but no, I paid a lot more for it. And if you were gonna pay around $16,000 per se for a car, honestly, make sure you do some research of what you really want first, and then say, okay, am I gonna get this guy? But if you're watching this because you wanted to know how it's gonna end up for you when you buy this car, just know that. So the only two issues I had with this car was that wheel bearing. Other than that, that's it. I've always done my oil changes. I've always used synthetic oil. I feel like that's a better oil to use in this car. I used it, I believe it had conventional oil when I first got it, and you know, after switching it to synthetic, it felt a little bit more there's a little bit more pep to it than it already had, you know. So yeah, that's basically my take to it. But if you can do any modifications to the car, I would assume you should. You know, the headlights, of course. I'm not saying go buy like any aftermarket depot or whatever headlights. No, just change to HIDs or LEDs, something like that, just to make them brighter, or buy those other halogen lights that are brighter, because this car really lacks on visibility. If you get the S model, make sure you guys get all 4 speakers done. The 2 front ones for me have been pretty good, although, you know, I listen to music, you know, pretty loudly. Not too loud, but you know, it's pretty loud. And the 2 front ones always work, but having the 2 rear ones makes such a huge difference. And that's easy. Just pull out, you can just literally pry it out and then add the 2 wires there, because there is no 2 wires. There's no harness or anything for the rear speaker, so you have to add that yourself, which is really simple. I did that myself. If you guys were curious about seeing that, I can show you guys. I may want to update it of how it looks now, because I did kind of just splice it in together and electrical tape, and that's it. I do have the splicers that I've bought recently, and I want to probably change that to that, just because it's a little bit more safer on that end. Overall, the car was good to me. It's done its job of getting me to A to B. Yeah, it's had its place in the whole wheel bearing situation that I've had. I don't know why. And then of course, if you get the S model, you're not going to have power windows or power door locks. I highly recommend making the conversion. So yeah, I did the window conversion, the power door lock and power window conversion with the control remote, and all that has been such a huge help for myself, because you know, rolling down your windows and having to roll it down for someone else, and then having to lock all 4 doors if someone forgets to lock them, it really gets annoying at that end. But now I have all that. So basically those 3 modifications are the biggest things just to enjoy your Versa if you don't have it. And that's why I say go with the SL and SV model, because those are the ones that already have it. I believe the S Plus may have the power windows. Actually, I don't think it does, but it does have the 4 rear speakers, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so I hope you guys like this 2-year update. I wasn't really sure how to go about it, but you know, comment on how I did on this, and always make sure to like my videos and subscribe. All right, see you guys, bye.